Yeah, I wanted to thank Chemaxon for having us and the other vendors here. It's always great to talk to a group of users at once, and we've been partners with Chemaxon for a number of years now, so it's always good to see a lot of familiar folks out in the audience and meet some new folks as well. Wanted to tell you about our suite of products based on our technology called ChemCart, which is basically a web-based suite of applications focused for research. DeltaSoft was started in '96, so we've been around for 14 years now, and based in New Jersey. We do two things basically: commercial software applications, including ChemCart, our web interface, and then we have a number of applications built on the technology for compound registration, reagent inventory, ELN, bioassay system, sample inventory, structure activity browsing, custom synthesis tracking, and a ChemCart for Excel product. We also do a number of services all around the chemistry and biology area. And to do that, we work with a number of partners. So Chemaxon is definitely a key partner we've worked with for a long time. We also work with other folks in the industry and other folks that were here as well, such as Spotfire and Chip's company as well, CeuticalSoft. Our customers span the gamut of kind of small, medium, large pharma companies, biotechs, materials companies, chemical companies, academics. And our main product, ChemCart, is a web-based interface. It's basically a flexible form interface to the chemical information, biological information, and other sources of data. What we've done with ChemCart is really separate out the application level from what's underneath it. So if you look at the diagram here, the interface is really just sitting in a web browser. There's a middle tier server that we provide that can then connect to any number of different chemistry cartridges and any Oracle data, whether it's text, numeric, image, or document types of data. We think of it as a next generation interface. A lot of people look at it as coming from an ISIS-based world. So we have a lot of people who say, my users are still on ISIS-base and I can't get them off of it. This is one of the few systems out there that where chemists say, oh yeah, this is just like my ISIS base from a form interface point of view, but gives you all of the advantages of newer web technology, a lot of new features, and be able to use the cartridge backends. So there's no client installation involved here. It's all web-based. So for deployments to large installations, you don't have to go around to 10,000 desktops and install something. You can access any number of different chemistry data cartridges and utilize any sketcher. So we have some customers using Chemaxon backend, but ChemDraw front end, or ChemDraw drawing, or we have customers using maybe a Symix cartridge with a Marvin sketcher. So you can also integrate with a wide variety of other tools such as Spotfire, Pipeline Pilot, and other types of integration tools, linking to multiple Oracle databases. So you can either use your own existing Oracle data model, or we supply data models for any of our products as well. And it's deployable either internally or hosted, and now we're doing more cloud-based systems. So we have a couple of customers running the whole suite of products in the cloud environment, so they don't actually have to install anything locally. It's all just run as a software as a service off the web. So it's really all about the separation of the different components and giving you a choice to what those components are. So you can mix and match different components as you see fit, the things that make sense for your company. And when you look at the environment these days with all the changes going on with mergers and acquisitions and outsourcing and collaborations, you really don't know what your environment's going to look like down the road 5 years. So really this has helped to future-proof the system where you don't have to keep redoing the system based on what your company looks like. You can really just adapt to whatever changes might be going on, where you can pull in different components as you need to. The applications kind of follow along the normal research path. So starting from a reagent selection area, we have a reagent inventory and tracking system. Through chemical synthesis for an ELN tracking, a custom synthesis for tracking all of the integrations with contract research organizations and sending requests out and getting information back from them. Registration for internal compounds, compound registration. Sample inventory, then collecting biological results based on those samples, and then pulling it all together into a browser for searching and for exporting out to Excel. Just to give you a brief look at a few of the products, the reagent inventory provides kind of a one-stop shop for commercial and in-house reagents. So if you have compilations of compounds, say from ACD or from other sources, you can pull those together with your internal reagents and track bottles from cradle to grave and link that into purchasing systems and other types of health and safety systems. Our ELN, and I know yet another ELN, there's like 1,000 of them out there. So what's good about our ELN compared to others? Well, a couple of things. One, it's web-based. You don't have to deploy it on individual desktops. Another is the flexibility. So you can change the look and feel of the product on the fly. There's a design mode built into all of the products where you're not locked into what we provide. You can basically provide a new look and feel. And then thirdly, we can adapt it to your data model, so it doesn't have to use our data model. It can use our front-end components, but integrate with components that you already have in terms of your back-end Oracle database. The custom synthesis module tracks all of the requests for custom synthesis and requests for quotes, all of the documents that might go back and forth between chemists, acquisition groups, and vendors. Our compound registration provides a full data model and registration system around it for handling all of the typical types of duplicate structure checking, pick lists for controlled vocabulary, configurable fields. As you, we give you a sample form here, but you can certainly modify that as needed. And we have it hooked into a sample inventory system as well. Yeah, where we integrate with Chemaxon, we basically provide the front end and middle tier system, and Chemaxon provides all of the back end components. So we work on their back end cartridge, we work on their with their Marvin for structure rendering and sketching. All of the calculations are done through various tools, structure to name, name to structure. Thank you, Yvonne. That must be the 1 minute warning. Okay. Bioassay, basically to collect biological results of different types. It could include image data, it could include document data, attaching maybe raw results on, and all of the data you're looking at is all stored in a back-end Oracle database. And kind of pulling it together into a browsing form, the structure activity browser, this is an example where you might have a project browser where you're pulling together structure information, biological results with conditional formatting, a dynamically generated curve, some image data, some document data, and kind of pulling it all together into a searchable form. And I think I'll stop right there, otherwise I get more things thrown in this direction. But thank you very much.